Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it is late 2025, crazy, right? And with the iPhone 17 series recently dropping, the market has shifted a lot. But today I want to do something a little different. I've got my trusty iPhone 12 Pro Max here in this gorgeous Pacific blue. Honestly, still one of the best colors Apple ever made. And right next to it, I have the iPhone 16 Pro in Desert Titanium. Now, full disclosure, neither of these is my main daily driver right now. I'm actually rocking the iPhone 17 Pro for that, but I use both of these extensively for testing, beta programs, and just keeping up with tech. And I know a lot of you are sitting on an iPhone 12 or 12 Pro Max wondering, do I really need to drop cash on the 17, or is the 16 Pro actually the smarter, better value buy right now? So in this video, we're going to do a real-world side-by-side comparison. We'll look at the design, performance, that massive display difference, and of course, the software experience on the new iOS 26. Let's get into it. Alright, first things first, the feel in the hand. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, man, this thing is built like a tank. It uses surgical grade stainless steel. It looks premium, sure, but it is heavy, about 228 grams. If you've used this for a few years, you probably know that pinky fatigue is a real thing. It's also 6.7 inches, which is great for screen real estate. But it's a wide phone. Reaching across it with one hand, yeah, good luck. Then you pick up the iPhone 16 Pro. This is the Desert Titanium color, which I think is sleek and super elegant. The biggest difference immediately, the weight. It's significantly lighter, around 199 grams, because it uses grade 5 titanium. Bonded to aluminum, the balance is just way better. Also, the size. The 16 Pro bumped the screen size up to 6.3 inches from the old 6.1 standard. For me, this is the sweet spot. You get that immersive display because of the super thin bezels, but it's physically narrower than the Max, so my thumb can actually reach the other side. It feels modern, refined, and honestly just easier to live with. Now let's talk display, and I'm gonna be real with you. This is the can't unsee it upgrade. My iPhone 12 Pro Max is running the latest iOS 26, and honestly, it still feels pretty fluid. Apple has done a great job with the animations, but it is locked at 60 Hz. The iPhone 16 Pro has ProMotion, that adaptive 120 Hz refresh rate. When you put them side by side, the difference is night and day. Scrolling menus, swiping between apps, the 16 Pro is just buttery smooth. It makes the 12 Pro Max feel a step behind, even though the A14 chip inside is still capable. And then there's brightness. The 12 Pro Max tops out around 800 nits typical brightness. It's fine indoors, but outside, the iPhone 16 Pro hits 2000 nits peak outdoor brightness. If you're trying to read maps or check a text in direct sunlight, the 16 Pro wins. Okay, let's talk specs and performance. I've actually benchmarked these myself on Geekbench 6 to give you real numbers. On the iPhone 12 Pro Max with the A14 Bionic chip, I'm getting a single core score of 2180 and a multi-core of 5242. On the iPhone 16 Pro with the A18 Pro chip, we're looking at 3448 single core and 8748 multi-core. That is a massive jump. In day-to-day use, opening apps and browsing, the 12 Pro Max is surprisingly decent. Like, I really appreciate how Apple optimized iOS 26. The new liquid glass design language looks clean on here, but when you start pushing it, gaming, editing video, or just heavy multitasking, the 16 Pro is in a different league. I do some gaming on the 16 Pro. It handles AAA titles with ray tracing effortlessly. I mean, the Metal GPU score I got was 32,766 compared to just 16,682 on the 12 Pro Max. That's double the graphics power. And thermal-wise, the 16 Pro is much improved over the 15 Pro. It uses a new thermal substructure. It still gets warm, especially when I first updated to iOS 26 and it was indexing, but it sustains performance way better than older models. Here is something really important if you care about longevity: RAM. The iPhone 12 Pro Max has 6 gigs of RAM. Back in 2020, that was huge. But today, it's the limiting factor. Apple Intelligence, all those on-device AI features integrated into iOS 26, requires 8 gigabytes of RAM minimum. So the 12 Pro Max just can't do it. The iPhone 16 Pro has 8 gigs of RAM. It runs Apple Intelligence natively. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys. For me personally, this isn't a huge deal yet. Apple Intelligence is cool, but it's still kind of early days. On my 12 Pro Max, I just use alternatives like Google Gemini or ChatGPT, and they work famously. But if you want that system-level integration where Siri can actually understand your personal context, you need the 16 Pro. Let's talk cameras. The iPhone 12 Pro Max has a 2.5x optical zoom. It's a great portrait focal length, but sometimes it just doesn't have the reach. The iPhone 16 Pro, it has the dedicated 5x tetraprism telephoto lens. And because it has a 48 megapixel main sensor, it can also crop in to give you a lossless 2-pipe zoom. So you essentially get 0.5x 1x 2-pipe and 5x optical quality. It is incredibly versatile. You also get the camera control button on the 16 Pro. Apple really hyped this up. Honestly, it's nice to have, but I don't use it as much as I thought I would. It's cool for launching the camera quickly, but don't upgrade just for this button. However, if you shoot video, the 16 Pro can shoot 4K at a 120 FPS. That is superb for slow motion. The 12 Pro Max tops out at 60 FPS. One of the biggest quality of life upgrades, USB-C. The 12 Pro Max is stuck on Lightning with USB 2.0 speeds that's slow, like 480 megabits per second. The 16 Pro has USB-C with USB 3 speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. If you transfer 4K video to a laptop or SSD, this saves you hours. Plus one cable for everything. Battery-wise, my 12 Pro Max is sitting at 94% health after a replacement earlier this year. It gets me through a day of light use. But the iPhone 16 Pro, even with the smaller physical size, the efficiency of the A18 Pro chip means it easily lasts a full day of heavy use. My unit is at 100% health with 166 cycles and it's rock solid. Are there downsides to the 16 Pro? Well, like I mentioned, it can run a bit warm during heavy multitasking or gaming. And while 8GB of RAM is great now, with the iPhone 17 Pro pushing higher specs to 12GB, it might feel baseline in a couple of years. But for right now, it's reliable. So is the upgrade worth it? If you are on an iPhone 12 Pro Max, yes. The jump to the iPhone 16 Pro is massive. You're getting a lighter titanium body, that incredible 120Hz ProMotion display, USB-C, and a camera system that is just miles ahead with 5x zoom. Now, here is my recommendation. Since the iPhone 17 series just dropped, the iPhone 16 Pro price has come down. It is the value smart buy right now. You get 95% of the Pro features, titanium, 5x zoom, USB-C, Apple Intelligence, without paying the bleeding edge premium of the 17 Pro. However, if you find that the price gap between a new 16 Pro and a 17 Pro is small, like less than $200, then yeah, just go for the 17 Pro for the better thermals and future proofing. But for most people, the iPhone 16 Pro is a fantastic upgrade from the 12 Pro or Pro Max. That's it for me. Let me know in the comments, are you holding on to your 12 Pro Max or is the 16 Pro calling your name? Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.